Welcome to Just One More Paddle. Today I'll be reviewing one of my favourite wetsuits. When I'm buying a wetsuit, I always think about which environment I'll be using it in before trying and looking at wetsuits. Because there are so many wetsuits out there, it's almost overwhelming. So you really need to think about whether you want it for swimming, if you want it for surfing, or for paddleboarding. And there are some small differences which will make your life easier or harder when you're using it for the activity you want. So as paddlers, we're not typically going to be getting as wet as swimmers or surfers. So we don't always need the thickness that they need, especially in winter. But what we do need is flexibility on our arms and legs, and that's why we often need the dual thickness wetsuits that you may have seen advertised as 3/2 or 4/3 or 5/4. And what that really means is that the thickness in the body is higher than the thickness on the arms and legs, which will make moving around when you're paddling a lot easier. Some of the other things that are actually quite important to me, and this might sound really strange, is size guides. I will always go to a manufacturer that has well-proportioned wetsuits, because that means I'm not going to be worried about how long the arms are, how long the legs are, or if the neck is just too loose for me. The last and most important factor for me is cost. I wear wetsuits all the time while paddling, and I'm sure those who paddle every day would tell you actually get the best wetsuit you might want at the highest cost with the highest specs. But for me personally, I'm not going to spend £300 on a wetsuit just because it's got all of the things I may need. This is my cold water wetsuit. It's a Ripcurl Omega 4/3, designed specifically for women. As you can see, it's plain black. It's a 4/3 wetsuit, which means that the body is 4mm neoprene and the arms are 3mm neoprene, so your core is going to stay really nice and warm whenever you wear this wetsuit. I wear this all year round for coastal paddling because you just never know when you fall in and you have cold water shock and you really need that extra bit of neoprene to keep you warm. I've had this sweatsuit for about 6 years and I've used it in quite a demanding environment, and it's still going very strong. All seams are triple glued and double stitched, so the wetsuit stays really watertight when you are in the water and you have a little swim. This is a back zip wetsuit, which I know a lot of people don't get on with, but all I'll say is that there's a really nice toggle at the back. You just have to reach it and pull up and you're absolutely fine. There's an adjustable collar at the back with Velcro, and you can really adjust it to your neck if you really want to, and it's a really comfortable wetsuit. I usually use this for sea kayaking and coastal paddleboarding. Now I don't use it for sea kayaking very much, I stick to my dry suit for that, but this is my best friend when I'm out on the sea paddleboarding, especially if it's not a bay. If it's deeper water, it's likely to be cooler, so I'll always wear this one. Doesn't matter how hot it is, how baking it might feel on land, I always wear this on the sea. So let's talk about cost. I almost don't want to tell you guys this, but I bought this in 2015 for £85. Not in the sale, I don't think. And now this wetsuit is retailing at £169, which is partly inflation and partly just the popularity of water sports at the minute. It's really driven cost quite high. What I will say is that if you are looking for a wetsuit to do pretty much everything in with regards to paddling, and wear it all year round as well, this might be the ticket for you. Ripcurl is a really good brand. 4mm will see you through the summer and autumn for all your paddling needs. And to be honest, I've used it for 6 years. It's going to last you for a similar, if not more time, depending on how much paddling you do and how much you take care of it. So let's talk about fit on this wetsuit. The top half of my body is a little bit smaller than the lower half of the body, which a lot of women will relate to, and what actually ends up happening is that we can't find wetsuits that fit us very well. You'll be pleased to hear that this wetsuit is actually quite true to size. So when I purchased it, I was a little bit worried about buying a size 10 because I'm usually a size 10 on top only and not at the bottom. But this wetsuit fits really, really well, not just on top but also on the bottom. Because I'm quite short, I'm just about 5'3". There's quite a lot of material to pick up on the legs, but once you're done pulling up the folds, it fits really comfortably. I have absolutely no complaints. Even around the arms, I have quite large arms, so I always worry that the arms won't fit me, or it'll be really, really tight on the thighs. But I have this wetsuit is really nice and stretchy as well in these areas, so it will fit you quite well. So if you are worried about sizes, or if you're in between sizes, do check out the size guide. The measurements are really accurate. It helped me a lot, and I usually look at things like chest and hips because those are the places where you'll struggle to find things fitting. And I've had this wetsuit for years. There are absolutely no areas where I would say that I feel like it itches or chafes when I'm wearing it. My usual problem with wetsuits is that the Velcro gets stuck in my hair. This one doesn't. I don't know how or why, but they've done a really good job. The collar is really soft, so even on a really long day on the water, I don't have red marks or any problems on my body after wearing this wetsuit. Unfortunately, it doesn't look very good, so it's just a plain black wetsuit. It's got no flattering seams, no flattering colours. I think you can probably get a turquoise arm on this wetsuit, but that's about it, I think. And if you're looking for nicer colours, maybe you'll be disappointed with this, but functionally this one does so well that I'm not too fussed about the colour scheme. The other thing I want to mention about this wetsuit is that it has a really nice grip on the knee. A lot of wetsuits do have this, but this one is especially good, I think, because if you are kneeling on your paddleboard, for example, while going on choppy water, you won't feel the chafing behind your knees, and because of the material, it's so thick and soft, you won't get knee pain either just from kneeling on your board for perhaps more than an hour. So this wetsuit really wins on that front. I know I've been singing its praises, but it's not without fault, is it? I mean, it could be a nicer wetsuit. There are a lot of brands making really nice looking wetsuits. I don't know why the entry-level wetsuit has to be so boring and black. I could pay £100 and get a much nicer looking wetsuit from another brand, but it just won't be as good. So I really hope Ripcurl invests a little bit more in the design for this wetsuit. And also, I noticed that it only goes up to size 16, so people who are larger, who might want a nice wetsuit like this, should have the opportunity to get it. And it's really unfair to cap things at size 16, which is, I believe, the UK average size for women. So as I've mentioned before, my favourite part of this wetsuit is the Velcro that doesn't get stuck in my hair, and the lovely grippy material on the knee that protects my knees while I'm kneeling on the board. The front and back, they get really, really horribly chafed when I wear anything else, any other neoprene leggings or any other wetsuits. This one is really great. It's protection from shock. It's a really nice technical wetsuit, and I just love wearing it all year round while paddleboarding. I hope you enjoyed that, and I would love it if you would comment on this video and tell me if there's anything else you'd like to know about it. I hope you enjoyed watching Just One More Paddle. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to this channel. Tell me if you like this video, comment on the video, and let me know if there's anything that I missed, anything that you really want to know about wetsuits and I didn't cover. And I look forward to hearing from you.